Hey guys, Don and I are tag teaming up today on your practical exam. I'm going to work with you guys on foiling. So PSI isn't totally terribly specific about a lot of things. We're talking about if we're right-handed, we're going to use this quadrant. If you're left-handed, this is the back of the doll, obviously. We're going to use this quadrant. I'm going to start off fairly lower because I like my foils to work into a size of a peace sign. This way you don't get over direction and you get a dark corner in your highlights and start them off with new growth. That's in salon training. I'm going to kind of do a little bit of both today. I know this is for state board, but give you a couple things. May I also say everyone foils differently. If Jennifer gave this class, she would be doing a couple things differently. If I'm doing the class, I'm going to do a couple things differently. You need a really good foiling comb. You need your foils gel. Also find a brush that you really like to use. I'm going to first start off with a slice. That is too much hair. The reason I'm going to tell you this right now in the salon, anything, if you put that much hair in a foil, you will get one of two things. You will get banding or you will get a bleed. So if I put that much hair in a foil, called the 5-foil special at some salons, I will either have to stop here, I will cause a band. If I take my decolorizer all the way to here, if there were hair under it, it would bleed. So that is a huge no-no. My thought on foiling a lot of times is I want to take a section that I can read a newspaper through. So I should be able to see through my section. If I want chunky highlights, I will do 2 to 3 of these in a row. I know that's not state board, but I just want to put that out there for you. Here's something I was taught by my mentor. We need to fold the foil. I fold over the back of the foil because if I slip, I can get it back up where I belong, okay? So there's my why. I elevate the hair onto on-base position. I'm gonna slide the hair down and remove my foiling comb. Notice I haven't let it out of my hand. Notice I have the tiger by the tail. I am not letting loose of that. I am going to go down about 1 inch, apply the product really well. And I'm going to apply it really well. I'm not applying it directly at the hairline because I don't want a bleed. There we go. There we go. We have the most product when we first start off. And then I will turn my brush and I will go on a vertical. So I don't have a harsh line here and I don't have the bleed. Okey-dokey. This doll doesn't have going past. I try not to noodle the ends. This causes tangling. At this point, I can actually hold my foil up. Now, if my foil has slipped for any reason, I can go back in and retuck it in this under tab. So I could have done that while applying or not, or after I fold it. So there is my slice. I take the foil, fold it directly in half and protect that top. I do not fold my foil origami style or I will create a crease and a line of color. There isn't any hair here or there's no decolorizer here. So I am just going to seal my foil that way. That way I don't leave a crease in the hair. Some people like to leave this side open to let the gases out. It depends on your preference. There is no preference on state board, I don't believe, and Donna can correct me on that if that is untrue. So there is your slice. If you like, I'll do another one. The closer you put the foils together in real life, the heavier the foiling is. Let me do another slice for you. Am I correct, they do not double fold the foils at stick board? Donna, is that true?
It's not recommended.
Okay,
I often have them just like a double flat wrap. Lay a foil over top rather than even folding.
okay. So there we go. There's my tissue thin section. Think of a bleach or retouch sectioning if you need to. There we go. So, and I'm gonna work my color up and blur. And I'll show you something. There we go. See how it's glued on at this point? Once it's glued on, notice I'm not pulling the foil with my brush, which is a tendency we have. And folding. If I've got slippage, I'm gonna tuck. But here's what we wanna do. If we wanna double check on bleeding, if you have gel on this side of the hair, you've got it bleeding in your foils, okay? So we don't want that.
And that's exactly what they'd be looking for at boards.
Yeah.
Now at boards, you're only going to be doing those just either 2 slices or 2 weaves or 1 of each. It's up to you. They tell you that you can do either one.
Right. And this is non-state board, to be truthfully honest. My mentor taught me to do this. I double fold. It helps with gravity. Also, a lot of times I'm putting color in between my foils so I can open my foils up and put color in between. But there is a salon option. So salon versus state board, but that is the way I do it in the salon. Because a lot of times I have to do nude growth touch-up in between all my foils. There we go. So here's my weave technique. So I've taken a slice of hair. Some people will weave out here. And I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying if you're taking too big a section, you can create peaks and valleys. So that's going to create a problem. The way I was taught how to do weaves is I'm going to go in at the scalp and I'm going to be like a conductor and pick up little pieces. You can pick up angel hair pasta. You can pick up spaghetti. You can pick up lasagna. That way you can choose which width of weave you want. So I'm going to go in and basically select. And this is why I like foiling versus a cap. I literally get to select my weaving method, or how thick I want my weaves, or how baby fine I want my weaves. Notice you can still see through my foil, and this will give me a nice natural look. Someone taught me once, when I'm foiling, think of little children's hair, not animals in a zoo. So, and see, I don't have the peaks and valleys like the other method. Again, I'm keeping my foiling comb if I need it. Notice I'm not letting the tail go. If I let this tail go, the foil will slip. And I don't want it to slip. So I am really hanging onto that guy. And I want to make sure that corner gets really good coverage without bleeding.
You're using a lot of tension?
Yes. Because if I let this go, and I can even show you on one how these foils will slip very, very easily. Notice no crease. If I'm just foiling someone's hair and no other color work, this is an excellent way to do this. Taking my slice. As an average, I put about a finger's width. If I want a heavier weave, I get them closer. Since this is too big a piece, I'm just going to go over here and weave, just not the entire piece because I'll get a dark corner. And if you don't like I can go back and underweave it and take some hairs out. I have an extra long foiling comb so it gets all of it. But here's if I don't hang on. See, I've got very loose tension and I'm over dramatizing that. Look how much slippage I got because I didn't hold that up there. If you do get that slippage and that's a problem, I'm gonna take the hair, I'm gonna take the foiling comb, put it under my fold, and I'm gonna get it up there where it belongs, and then reapply my product so I now have it up where it belongs. But I am gonna hold that bad boy on there until it is totally, totally secure. And that will help you amazingly on slippage. Also that trick of lifting, this is Jennifer trick, of over directing, sliding the foil down. It really gets that foil right at the scalp.
When going to state board, what they're evaluating is how close to the scalp your foil is and whether or not there is gel underneath it in that area.
Super
If there is gel under there, that would indicate some spotting or bleeding, and you wouldn't get your point for the foils.
Right.
Okay?
And if you want an analogy on the bleeding, basically the decolorizer will swell and the decolorizer goes over the dam. When it goes over the dam, then you get the decolorizer here and you get a different color lift, you get spotting, you get cheetah prints, you get all sorts of stuff. So if you think about that as you work, you don't want your product to go over the dam. And I know that's more than state board, but that's the principle of it in the salon. So we're setting you up to go to state board, plus we want to teach you the principle of how to do hair in a salon. Okay? Hey, thanks for your time. I hope that was helpful and all that. Once we get back, Don and I will help you more. Jennifer's an excellent foiler, so all three of us can work with you on that. Thank you so much. Bye.